Before today's video, I wanted to make an announcement. I am going to be raising money for my local children's hospital through Extra Life. This is my 7th year participating in this great cause. I've seen people that I love fight cancer, and no child should have to go through that. I'm going to leave a link in the comments pinned down below, guys. Every dollar helps kids get the care and treatment and comfort that they deserve through the hardest time of their life. So please consider donating and make a difference today. Thank you, guys. Imagine spending months or even years making a game only to be told that your work is too inappropriate to exist. Not because of extreme violence, not because of illegal content, but because a woman's body, most importantly, that nice, juicy, curvy posterior we're seeing right there, exists on screen. Yes, really, guys, welcome to the strange, frustrating world of Steam, censorship, Red Pine Lake, the latest casualty of it. This is actually gaining traction all over social media because of obvious reasons. I mean, it's a nice, feminine posterior, or should I say ass on it. But it looked like a pretty cool little, I guess, tribute to 80s slashers, a horror movie with good-looking women in bikinis. I mean, that's what the 80s personified when you think of things like Friday the 13th and that. But I digress, guys. Let's talk about a bigger problem here, which is over the past few years, we've seen a disturbing pattern in the video game industry where AAA publishers can release anything they want, whether it's violence, gore, sexual content. There's no problem, but indie developers, that's where the line is drawn, guys. They're constantly being told, no, you can't push these boundaries. Steam, Sony, other big platforms have repeatedly moved goalposts over and over and over for indie developers, and this is the latest controversy that proves it. Now, apparently, women's bodies are too much for Steam to handle, and it's ridiculous. So here's a tweet from the developers, Aftermath, Red Pine Lake. They said this image is the reason our Steam page has not been approved. This image is now classed as too mature according to Steam, so now we cannot have the page ready in time for the event and would need to censor our marketing, our screenshots, etc. This is what censorship is coming to in the games industry, and we have to ask now, is it worth for them to move the goalpost down the line? So basically they're asking, is it worth us caving in and switching our marketing because they could always move the goalposts, which is fair. It's a reasonable, especially with the way Steam's been acting with censorship as of late, reasonable deduction. But to continue on, they say we could have had it all remade and hope they accept it, but where will it stop? We would need to redo the networking too if we move platform, but do you really want a censored game? We don't. Anyone know of platforms they recommend or publishers that can handle mature content? Let us know. We are sorry about this. We worked hard to get something ready that we can't even share, but we do have one thing that is playable that we'll announce for Halloween. So yeah, Red Pine Lake, and this is gaining some serious traction here. Serious traction. It's an 80s style slasher horror game with an asymmetrical multiplayer twist, guys. You get killed, you come back as an undead minion. Sounds pretty cool. The game looks super promising. It had a Kickstarter, has active social media channels. It's all but ready for fans to support at this point. But Steam has refused their page, guys, because of this image with a woman's butt. It's considered too mature for Steam. Are you kidding me at this point, guys? This isn't just about a single game, guys. The fact that they're saying a butt is too mature on Steam, where there's hentai, there's all sorts of weird weeb, adult content, you know, all those furries and all that, the weirdos, they're on there. How come their games aren't being censored, right? Tons of adult content exist on Steam. But because of an ass in a photo, they can't get their Steam page approved. Something's not adding up right here, guys. So yeah, this team that made this game, the team behind this art, they're facing a tough choice. Either censor this art, move to another platform, or risk never releasing this game at all. And honestly, that's the reality for most indie developers today. They go through nonsense like this. And again, like I said, this is not just about one game. This is a systemic problem. I'm sorry, as I stutter all over myself. There's visual novels on Steam that tackle heavy themes, meaningful, robust themes like war, oppression, moral complexity. They've been banned on Steam, forcing creators to release elsewhere. Independent developers are literally being forced to self-censor themselves to survive. And the worst part of this is that the rules are inconsistent, like I said. There's tentacles, hentai, weird, pee in the shower with my father simulators. There's all sorts of games that are fucked up on Steam. But then you have people saying that games like Red Pine Lake or the Full Metal Demon Muramasa, that game that I was referring to about war, being too much for the platform, right? It's a slippery slope. Today, it's butt. Tomorrow, will it be shoulders, knees, ankles? Developers, they're going to start asking themselves, guys, should I even include women in my games at this point? Imagine it. That's literally not a place that you want to be as a developer, because that doesn't allow you to be creative. It doesn't allow you to have your artistic expression. It literally keeps you scared. And that's business survival over artistic freedom. And that doesn't help gaming at all, guys. For gamers, it means that we're going to have fewer bold stories, fewer unique experiences, more watered down content that can exist safely on big platforms. Because they're going to have to cave in to whoever's getting offended by it. And don't forget, guys, this isn't just a Steam problem either. There's payment processors right now like Visa and MasterCard that are pressuring platforms to restrict adult content too. All that's been going on. I know a lot of people don't like to pretend that that's going on, but it absolutely is. It absolutely is going on. There's so much layers of risk that are being added day by day. But even before those financial pressures existed with Visa, MasterCard, and all that, Steam was already censoring creators. Especially Japanese devs, for whatever reason. And it's not just about money, guys. It's about control. The message is clear. Only certain kinds of content are allowed. Even if the audience is ready for this, even if the audience, obviously, they're ready to support it. So what can we do about this, in all honesty? Well, you need to support games wherever you can, not just on Steam. Support the creators, support the games. All right, there's a Kickstarter for this game. There's social media pages that are absolutely active. Share their work. Follow them. Post, support if you can. Make sure your voice as a gamer is also heard. Complain to Steam. Retweet stuff. And for developers, we need clearer, more consistent guidelines from platforms like Steam. Absolutely. So speak up on it. Speak up on it. Artistic freedom isn't a privilege, guys. It's what drives creativity in gaming, and they're holding it. They're gatekeeping it. So I want to know, guys, what do you think about this? Is Steam protecting its audience, or are they just controlling what we can create and play? Let me know in the comments. I'll be checking them all out. If you found this video interesting, please feel free to leave a like. I would appreciate that. Dislike it if you hated it, because I know I got a couple of haters. Make sure you subscribe as well, guys. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. This Red Pine Lake situation is growing some serious steam. Pun intended. Keep an eye on it, guys, because this is going to get big. If anything, this is going to cause a Streisand effect and make the game get even more popular. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'll see you on the next one.